Sometimes we all make rational and emotional decisions that turn out to be the best decisions in your life. Ladies and gentlemen, 2021 Maserati Ghibli Quadraporte SQ4. Hello and welcome to Accent on Cars. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing this beautiful Italian lady 2021 Maserati Ghibli SQ4. And I'm going to tell you all about it. By the end of this video, you will understand why you should choose Maserati over the Germans. We're going to talk about the good stuff, we're going to talk about the bad stuff, we're going to take it out on the road and drive it. We're going to rev the hell out of it, we're going to let this beautiful Italian cat scream. What comes to mind when you say Maserati? The first thing that comes to mind is beautiful, scenic back roads in Italy and you behind the wheel, revving the hell out of it and enjoying the life. This is the first Italian car on Accent on Cars, and I'm really looking forward to exploring this car, to understanding whether it lives up to the expectations or not. I mean, look at this, guys. Look at this beauty. Look at these lines. Look at this like aggressive front end. Look into this eyes. Look at this wild stance. If all of this does not make your blood boil, something is wrong with you. Go see your doctor. As an all-time Mercedes guy, I'll tell you, none of the Germans have the stance of the Italians. When it comes to design, when it comes to exterior design, Italian cars are the king of that. It's 2021 model, almost brand new. It has just 30,000 miles on it. When you get into the car, it smells like new. The leather, everything smells so good. It still has that brand new car smell to it. I'm really in love with the look of it. I'm really in love with the shape. Look into those eyes. The traditional Maserati aggressive grille with the Maserati Trident logo and then Maserati Trident logo just above it. It's the sexiest thing you can see on the road nowadays. That bumper, you know, with the vertical lines, if you thought Mercedes Panamericana grille reminded you of something, yes, it reminded you of the Maserati. I think Maserati was the first to invent it. On the side here, you have beautiful multi-spoke 19-inch machine rims that comes with Pirelli P Zeros, 245, 45, 19. Up front, we have huge 13.5 inches rotors with 6-piston Maserati calipers painted in dark gray on this particular car. On the side, we have signature Maserati fender vents, and they're functional. They are not just for the looks. It's a four-wheel drive car, so it offers a lot of grip and traction for New England weather, but it's very rear-wheel drive biased. So in the summertime, you can have a lot of fun, especially if you turn the traction off. Over here on the C-pillar, you have another Maserati Trident emblem. Back here, beautiful 3D stoplights. They look awesome. Just look at this ass. Seriously, just look at this. The quad exhaust tips, the Maserati spelled across it. It sounds amazing. Take a listen. Let's see what Ghibli is hiding under its bonnet. Over here we have twin turbocharged V6 producing 424, I believe, horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque. Very torque engine. All the torque is available from down below. It's Ferrari influenced, Ferrari derived, whatever, like all the reviewers use different adjectives to describe it, but it sounds amazing. I would say it's one of the best V6s available on the market right now. And look at just how clean it is over here. As soon as you get in, you are pleased by the design of it. You know, it's so beautiful, it's so nice in here. Every material you touch, okay, maybe like 95% of the materials you touch is wrapped in either like wood or leather or like some like aluminum or chrome looking plastic. The plastic down below, etc., is hard plastic, but even that is covered in this like nice like softish kind of like vinyl or whatever. I like the leather, I like the feel of the leather, and you know, I like the design. There's like leather on the door seal over here, like everywhere you will put your hands, everywhere you will touch is wrapped in leather. Mercedes nowadays mostly stopped giving you leather for the dash. You only get like leather on the dash of like expensive S-Class, but here you get like leather dash, leather steering wheel with like wood inserts. I love that we have a combination of like digital and analog instrument cluster, and my gosh, does this like analog cluster looks beautiful. I like the font, I like the design. I mean, this car is Italian, so it has to be beautiful. You know, everything here is beautiful. You know, you have like physical controls for the climate control, but you can also control them through the screen. The physical controls are like, you know, they have like good like tactile feel to them. They're a little rubbered or whatever. They're really pleasant to touch. So now Maserati and Chrysler have merged, right? And that means that some features here have been directly transferred from the Chrysler. And some people, if you go online, like people, you will hear like people complaining about that all the time. People will say, or this infotainment is directly out of Dodge Dart, or these buttons for the window controls are directly out of Dodge. But I do agree that brand new Maserati asks a lot of money for this car. This car brand new was in the vicinity of 100,000 or something like that. And that's a lot of money. So if you're considering buying Maserati brand new, it's a tough sell, because you are comparing, for that price you can get a C-Class AMG, even like the smaller, the V6. You can get like BMW M3 or M5. But for a used car, after the depreciation, I would say it's a no-brainer, and it's really not a bad car to be buying used. In terms of practicality, it checks most check boxes. There are 2 cup holders, there's a decent space under the armrest, and I love this little sliding thing for the cell phone. I think this is one of the coolest placements possible for a cell phone. You just put it in there. There's like USBs everywhere. Some of the switches, like for example for the light switch, though, I do agree they look cheap and they should have looked better. I generally love the shifters, like I don't like the rotary stuff like that, but I think this is a little too much, and there is not like enough tactile feeling to it, in that when you go between like reverse and D, there's no click or nothing. You just like pull it back and forth and it shifts gears. So there is no Alcantara headliner, like there's just like suede, but it still feels good. Mercedes offers you Alcantara. The reason I keep comparing this to Mercedes is because they are direct competitors, really. Like maybe not in terms of like technology, etc. Maserati is still a little behind, but in terms of like price point and positioning, I think Maserati actually positions itself to be more premium than the Mercedes. And Maserati definitely has a brand name, like strong brand name, and most importantly, curb appeal. It looks so much better than like the C-Class, or I would say even like M3. Seriously, like especially like nowadays the BMWs look so horrendous that it makes Maseratis even more appealing and more attractive to get one. Man, I want to say that the cooled seats are one of the most aggressive cooled seats I've ever seen. I have to turn it off because my back is feeling so cold right now. Trunk is small. There's nothing spectacular about the trunk, and I don't like the fact that the trunk lid is not power operated. This is what I mean, right? Like this is why people like can like complain or say negative things about Maseratis, because for the money that they're asking for a new car, they're not giving you enough technology, enough kind of like luxury touches. But used, it's very appealing because the price is good. The truth is, you're not buying Maserati out of like rationale. You're not using the right side of your brain when buying this. You're really like acting based on emotions, and the left side of your brain is dominating when choosing Maserati over the Germans. But that's fine. Listen to that engine. So we are in 5th gear, down into the 4th. Actually, screw it, down into the 3rd. And now let's rev it. And just like that, we are going really fast. Faster than we should. The shifts are really nice and firm and crisp, but the turbo lag is noticeable when you floor it really hard. The ride quality is on the firmer side. I wouldn't say it's unpleasant, I wouldn't say it's too firm, but it's a sporty ride for sure. Steering is super accurate, super sharp. There's almost like no delay between when I give it an input and it reacts and changes direction. It's very fast. But it's not the fastest car in the world. Like AMGs or M4s might be faster, and I think they are faster. But on the emotions part, right, nothing really beats this car. And the exhaust sounds so good. Unfortunately, though, from the cabin, it doesn't sound as loud as it does outside. So people behind you are enjoying the Maserati exhaust more than you. Why? Because noise isolation in the cabin is actually perfect. There's like almost like no road noise getting into the cabin, you have like double pane glass. Mercedes, I'm not sure about M3s or M4s, but in the C class, you are not getting double pane glass no matter what. It's just not offered. Wow, it's craziness, total craziness. Just like once turbo spool, it really goes. This key fob, the sides is made from like a chrome or aluminum. It feels so sturdy and nice in your hands, but that's a downside to that. It feels heavy. You know, it's heavy key because of the metal, but my gosh, it's like pleasant to hold it in your hand. And you know, maybe you're driving a Maserati, you're a mafia boss. There will be people trying to rob you, so you can hit them in the head with this key. And yeah, I want to say right now, Italians make one of the best V6s available. Inline sixes, I think BMW is still the king, but for V6, I think Italians are right now making one of the best, if not the best V6s. Now think about Maserati, think about Alfa Romeo Giulia. The transmission, by the way, is the ZF 8-speed automatic, no like dual clutch, nothing, which is a good thing because the ZF transmissions are one of the best in terms of like reliability, longevity, and it's easy to service. It's basically the same as in most of your BMW 3 Series, etc. So that's a good thing. Now the engine and transmission of the Maseratis, people do not have a lot of complaints about those. I think they're considered good and strong engines and reliable. What people do point out is that the electronics failures do happen, like speedometer can randomly stop working and stuff like that, which is quite annoying. But I think nowadays, though, they have improved a lot, like I said. Would really consider getting one for myself if I'm driven solely by emotions. At this point in my life, I'd rather buy a car that brings me emotions, because we live only one life, right? I'm not saying like go like mortgage out your house to get a car, but within the limit of your budget, why would you spend your life in a boring car? You spend half of your day in a car. Oh, look at that Lamborghini. That is so nice. Two Italian cars right there.